Time to get this show on the road. Got our trusty pocket knife here. Yet another box of Infinite and Forbidden. Adjust my monitor here so I can see chat. Most important. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Round 2 for the Forbidden. Hopefully we'll get a few more Drytron cards. That'd be nice. Along with some of the White Forest and Millennium stuff. Hopefully we'll get the Millennium Shield. That one's probably the one I'm looking for the most. Hey, what's going on, Jason? Just in time. Come on, there we go. Perfect. All right. I think we usually start with the right side, so today I'm going to spice it up and go for the left. Maybe we'll get a few more fancy cards that way. A wild Lestat appears. Oh, jeez, if only I had a Pokemon soundboard here, that would be pretty nice for about now. Hey, what's going on, Lestat? What is it, 4 to the... What's the card trick? Is it 4? It's 4, am I right? I think it's 4. Hopefully I remember from last time. We pretty much have everything we need, so we're just going for holos this time. Vesper Gearsu. That's 10! It's incredible artwork. That's really nice. Drytron new, too. Really like the artwork on this one. Trap Gatherer. Actually, pretty good equip card. I definitely like this. This is a fantastic Drytron artwork. Meteora Drytron. How's everyone doing? Asks Lestat. I'm doing pretty well. Gimmick Puppet Rogue Doll. Gimmick Puppet Cattle Scream. I still don't know what a cattle scream would sound like, but I'm not gonna look under that rock. Rukia of the White Forest. Hey, and we're starting off with a secret. We have Elzet of the White Forest. So we got the other White Forest non-tuner. Very nice. Someone spell / trap from hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon this from the hand. Then add a White Forest monster from deck to hand, except for itself. During your opponent's turn, if a light spellcaster tuner special summon to your field while it's in the graveyard, add it to the hand. That's really nice. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. This is a secret rare. Alright, starting off with our secret. Very nice. Woo. Okay, so it is 4 to the front. Fantastic. I remember how to open cards. This is Lestat's favorite right here. Night Armed Dragon, the Armored Night Dragon. Probably has the record for how many times armed and night can be in a card. Moon of the Closed Heaven. Very good. Zapper Shrimp. I love this. This is just fantastic. It's just... Love these kind of obscure oddball cards that kind of just show up in packs. Zapper Shrimp. Necroquip Princess. Aerial Eater. Fiend Reflection of the Millennium. Emblema Salvation. The Paralyzing Mushroom, and our next holo is... Hey, Ragnaraka Wicked Butterfly. Very nice. Definitely need those. Jazz it up. Yes, sir. Two, three, 4. Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers. The Mansion of the Dreadful Dolls. Midolce Mini Meowcaroons. Fantastic card name. Dora. The League of Uniform Nomenclature Strikes. Dipsy Fiend. I kind of like this. This might be interesting to tech into some Fiend decks. Fiendsmith Sanct. The Mentotlin Sleepy. And Centurion Atri. Very nice. We're getting really good cards this time. This card to control will be Synchro Material. Can treat as a non-tuner as well. If it's normal special summoned and you have both an Emblema card and a Centurion card in the graveyard, draw 1 card. And Also, you cannot special summon Atri for the rest of the turn. During the main phase, if it's continuous trap, special summon this card. Very nice. Get yourself some draw power and use it as a non-tuner. One, two, three, four. Dragon's Light and Darkness. Weightless Staff. Were you live recently? I was not aware. I know I was traveling last week, but wasn't sure if you were live. What was it, Friday? 3-in-1. Night Armed Dragon, the Armored Knight Dragon. Sangan Kaiho, really cool artwork. Cosmo Queen, the Queen of Prayers. Definitely want to splash that in with a chicken game. I got some ideas I'm cooking up with Cosmo Queen. DPH Gendamore, Paralyzing Mushroom. Rukia of the White Forest. And Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest. 1 tuner plus generic tuner synchro. Special summon, change all face of monster opponent control, so face down defense position. Illusion and spellcaster synchros you control gain 500 attack and also do piercing damage. Very nice. What was Ragnaraka's effect? Or Wicked Butterfly. Discard this card to special summon an insect, plant, or reptile from the hand. If it's banished from hand or graveyard, draw cards during the end phase of this turn equal to the number of different monster types among the monsters you control that are insect, plant, or reptile. Very nice. Gets itself some swarming and also gives you a little bit of draw power during the end phase. That's a big fan of the new Light and Dark and retrains. Yeah, they're definitely pretty cool. Hopefully we pull the fusion as well. But I'm pretty sure it's like $1 on TCG Player, so at the worst case scenario, we just get off of that. Drytron New 2. Zephyr Shrimp. Blazing Bombardment Beast. Very cool. Dark End Evaporation Dragon. Very nice. Aerial Eater. Nice little tech for the Yubel deck. Service Puppet Play. Really like the artwork on this one. Medolce Dessert. Cosmo Queen, the Queen of Prayers. And Mementotlin Tekulika, Creation King. 3 memento monsters. Banish it from the graveyard to add a Mementotlikin from deck to hand. You cannot activate the following effects of Creation King in the same chain. If it's fusion summoned, send 3 memento cards from deck and or extra deck to grave. Quick effect. Target an equal number of memento cards you control. And cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Oh, that's really cool. Nice Foolish Burial from deck and extra deck. Oh, it's an illusion. I forgot about that. Didn't realize it was an illusion monster. I just figured it was like a fiend or something. That's pretty cool. Being able to just Foolish Burial and then destroy and blow up stuff. Very nice. New Drytron cards are pretty cool. Yeah, now you can pretty much just run the deck as pure of an engine as possible. Obviously, you can tag in a few other things if you want, but yeah, the deck pretty much functions as its own little machine. No pun intended. So definitely interested about that. Are you looking for anything specific? Definitely want to get more of the White Forest stuff. As you can see, we're doing pretty well in that department. Definitely want to get the Light and Darkness Fusion and the... I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh yeah, the Millennium Shield retrain. Because Millennium Shield's really cool. Other than that, just picking up a few hollows and miscellaneous cards that we didn't get from the first box. Because we're pretty much good to go on commons and rares, so... Whatever else we can scrounge up, I'm happy with. Mansion of the Dreadful Dolls. Trap Gatherer. Plus getting a few more copies of stuff like Cosmo Queen, a few of the Drytron, and just miscellaneous commons like for the Light and Dark Dragons. Definitely want to use those as an engine, so the more I have, the better. Kochibo's Hinamatsuri. Night Armed Dragon, the Armored Knight Dragon. Ragnaraka, Celine Snapper. Maiden of the Millennium Moon. And Ragnaraka stuff. That will be a definitely good engine to splash into a few decks. Golem that guards Millennium Treasures. Meteora Drytron. and Fiendsmith's Desiree. All right, getting a few more copies of some cards we pulled previously, but definitely like that. Jason says yes, he's looking for the Dark End super long name dragon. That's exactly what it's called, too. Light End Sublimation Dragon. Cosmic Tree Ermistil. I kind of want to use this for something, just like splash it in as a tech choice for a deck. If I ever get around to building like a Sunseed deck or something that uses it as a base, I might throw that in as well. Dora. Vesper Girsu. Cosmo Queen, the Queen of Prayers. Paralyzing Mushroom. Interdimensional Matter Forwarder. As opposed to Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Still a pretty cool card. Depressed Pard. Somebody mentioned they wanted to use this in a deck. It definitely could work. It is pretty funny. CXC's Gimmick Puppet Fanatics Machinix. I think we just need the base counterpart. And then probably start grabbing some of those rank up magics and a few tech choices. 2, 3, 4. This set is very generous with all the Gimmick Puppet support. I'm surprised they're all just commons. I figured they would have been higher rarities for sure, but pretty much all you need to get is like the Xyz monsters and then a few miscellaneous cards, and you're pretty much good to go on a solid like Gimmick Puppet core. A small tubby orange dragon, says Jason. That's also what the card is called. Very good. Dark End of Aberration Dragon. Blazing Bombardment Beast. That's 10. Sangin Kaiho. Mentotlan Sleepy. Woes of the White Forest. DPH Gendamore. Rookie of the White Forest. And Mimighoul Maker. Be able to flip monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent picks one for you to special summon to their field and face down defense position. And you add the other to your hand. You can special summon a Mimighoul monster from your hand. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Target a face-down monster your opponent controls. Change it to face-up attack or defense position. You can only use one Mimighoul Maker effect per turn, and only once that turn. Forgot to read the Fiendsmith and Gimmick Puppet, so we'll cover those now. Fiendsmith Engraver plus 2 light Fiend monsters. Quick effect. Negate the effects of face-up monsters or face-up cards on the field up to the total link ratings of link monsters equipped to this card until the end of the turn. Send to the graveyard, shuffle one other light Fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck or extra deck to target a card in the field and send it to the graveyard. Very good. 3 level 9 monsters. If it's special summon, you get to add a puppet trap from deck to hand. Detach one material to special summon a monster from either graveyard to your opponent's field in defense position. Monster special summon to your opponent's field. Target one of them, destroy it, burn them to equal to half its original attack. Each effect is a hard once per turn. Very nice. So searching out stuff like Service Puppet Play is probably the one you're going to grab the most. And then just start special summoning, burning out. Stats on the road. Just wanted to show support. Have a good weekend. Oh, thanks, Lasad. Appreciate it. Glad you could stop on by. Hopefully we'll pull some more shiny cards for you. Moon of the Closed Heaven. Sylvia of the White Forest. 3-in-1. Kochibo's Hinamatsuri. Cattle Scream. Emblem of Salvation. Fiend Reflection of the Millennium. Fiendsmith Sanct. And Exod, Fires of Rage. It's always treated as an Exod and Obliterate card. That's Exod with 1x, 2ds, is what it's also treated as. Not just the Exod, 2x's, 1d. Because why not? Control a level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. If it's in the graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, banish it to activate one of these effects, add a forbidden one monster from deck or graveyard to hand, shuffle up to 5 forbidden monsters from the graveyard and or banishment into the deck. Very nice. Covering and searching out those forbidden one cards, very handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, it's just 4. Jeez. Almost spoiled the rarity. Cosmic Tree Ermistil. Guardian of the Voiceless Voice. Dark End of Apparition Dragon. Hey! The best card ever. Broomy. Golem the Guard's Millennium Treasures. Service Puppet Play. Ragnaraka Selene Snapper. Woes of the White Forest. Hey, Disablaster, the Negation Fortress. Negate any card effects activating this card's column. It's a machine pendulum with a scale of 5. If there is a column with no cards, special summon this card to your zone in that column. You can only special summon it once per turn this way. Negate any effects activating this card's column. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, place it into the pendulum zone. I keep wanting to read it as Diabellstar because it has very similar letters, but it's the Disablaster Negation Fortress. Definitely might make use of that in something. That could be a nice like tech for... Oh god, what is it? What's the one pendulum archetype that uses all those column mechanics from Tactical Masters? I can't remember what it was called. Oh. This is gonna bug me to no end. I can't remember what they were. Jason, help me out here. What was the one pendulum archetype from Tactical Masters? They had like Senate Switch as like an option for the deck. They moved around in columns. I can't remember what they were called. They had a bunch of field spells. This is a really good tech choice for that, I feel like. But I can't remember what the deck was. I think it started with like a V or something. I want to say Valmonica, but that's not correct. Different pendulum archetype, but it was something... Valence, that's what it was. Just remember, this would be a really good one for Valence. Glad I was able to pull that from the depths of my mind. Dragon's Light and Darkness. Still gotta look into that deck. What are we looking for? A few more White Forest cards would be cool. Not sure if we'll pull Molkarmi or the Fiendsmith Engraver, but any other cool cards would be appreciated. I'm trying to think of what else. Definitely want to snag that super rare for Millennium, the one with the shield. Light and Sublimation, Sylvie of the White Forest. 3-in-1. Bat and Bat, Fiendsmith Sequence. Maiden of the Millennium Moon, Fiendsmith's Lacrima. Magicoloidal Soul. Very good. Last pack of the left side here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, very cool looking pendulum card for sure. Oh yeah, I gotta read what this does. Level 2 Aqua Tuner. If a monster is special summoned by a trap effect, special summon this card from hand or graveyard. Summon from the grave, banish it when it leaves the field. During your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, activate one of these effects. Synchro summon or XC summon using this card you control. Interesting. Not sure where I'd splash that into. Could be a nice little tech for sprites, being able to just XC summon. Not sure what else that would be really good for. I guess if you wanted to go into a synchro card as well. Special summon by a trap effect. That's interesting. Sanguine Kaiho, Blazing Bombardment Beast. Volmina, Statue of the Sacred Dragon. Valmonica Creation, Interdimensional Matter Forwarder, DPH Gandamore, Depressed Pard, Udolce Dessert, and Mimighoul Rue. Special summon a Mimighoul monster from hand or deck to your field in face down defense position to either your field or your opponent's. Then you can change one face up monster on the field to face down defense position. Banish them from the grave to target any number of Mimighoul cards you control, return them to the hand. You can only use one effect per turn and only once that turn, similar to Maker. Very nice. I definitely want to make use of those Mimighoul stuff. I just don't know what other, like... Obviously, you throw in some obscure, like, flip monsters for fun. Some pretty good tech choices, and then splash it probably with another flip archetype. And see if I can make use of some, like, extra deck stuff there. I don't know how restrictive Tindangles are, so I'd have to look into that. I think they kind of lock themselves into, like, Fiends or just Tindangle stuff. But if not, that would be kind of nice to splash in, like, a giant Mimighoul engine just to get them off the ground. Dora, Guardian of the Voiceless Voice, Blazing Bombardment Beast, Mansion of the Dreadful Dolls, Fiend Reflection of the Millennium, Fiendsmith Sanct, Betten Bat, Rookie of the White Forest. Hey, there we go. Molkarmi Perulia. If you control no cards, quick effect, discard this card to apply this effect until the end of the turn. Each time your opponent normal or special summons the monster from the hand, immediately draw one card. Once during the end phase, the number of cards in your hand is more than the number of cards your opponent controls plus 6. Must randomly shuffle from your hand into the deck, so the number of cards in your hand equal to the number of cards your opponent controls, plus 6. You can only activate one other Molkarmi monster effect the turn you activate this effect. Nice little successor to Max C. Very cool. Boop. Place that there. Probably make a separate pile for the secrets. Very nice. We got the Molkarmi. They're making cards that are based around Allison. Yeah, that's the Malice archetype. Really cool cyber stuff. I already have a template ready to go, so once it's all released, I'm just going to add in all the cards and then start trying to collect. Probably get to work on the core now, just so once whatever the set is called, I can't even... I'm struggling to remember a lot of stuff today. Jason, look up what the Malice cards come out in, along with the dragons that look like Pokemon and the new Xyz archetype. It's not Valiant Smashers. That's the one that came out last year. I'm trying to remember what... Is it Crossover Breakers? Man, I'm doing pretty good at remembering stuff, actually. Maybe I'm still doing all right. Valmonica Creation, Kochibo's Hinamatsuri, Vesper Girsu, but definitely ready to go for that Malice stuff. That'll be fun to profile. Sangan Kaiho, Madolche Dessert, Fiendsmith's Lacrima, because there are a surprising amount of Cybers cards that work with banishing. So it's definitely a good time to stock up on stuff like that now. Jason asks, all right, I gotta know, how many clear storage cubes do you own and how many are filled with cards? Probably 20 and 15 are full. Using a lot of those mega tins as well for general storage, so gotta also include those in the mix. So it's not just the clear cubes. Though we did do a lot of cleaning out of those just to kind of reorganize a lot of the bulk. Gimmick Puppet Rogue Doll, Fiendsmith Sequence, and Heretical Phobos Kovos. Probably butchered that. Might be... Is that Latin? I might be completely wrong. I gotta see what that translates to. I feel like that's a specific phrase or a chant. 2 level 4s, target 1 effect monster opponent controls, negates effects. Then if it battled this turn, you can take control of it until the end phase. This is a quick effect if it has an illusion monster as material. If it battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. Very cool. Definitely want to throw that into the Chimera Illusion deck. We're doing a branded Chimera, but also a Chimera Illusion-based variant. So 2 decks for that. The Chimera branded comes from Dark Magician Dude. So we're still going to work on that. I'll probably be towards the top of my list of decks to finish. Trap Gatherer. Fulmina, Statue of the Sacred Dragon. Valmonica Creation. The Goat. Cattle Scream. Aerial Eater. Woes of the White Forest. Dipsy Fiend. And Beware the White Forest. Control level 6 or higher illusion or spellcaster monster. Target card your opponent controls. Destroy it. If it was sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, you get to set this card. Very nice. Kind of wish it was a trap card, just as a nice little interruption. Kind of like the Punk Nashawari Surprise. Or Malefic Clawstream. But still, beggars can't be choosers. It's removal, at least. Plus, it just sets itself back whenever sent to the grave to special summon one of the White Forest stuff. Guardian of the Voiceless Voice, Dragon's Light and Darkness, Zapper Shrimp, Volmina, Statue of the Sacred Dragon, Fiendsmith's Lacrima, Service Puppet Play, Dolce Dessert, Fiendsmith's Sequence, and Tales of the White Forest. Hey, there we go. Getting more White Forest support. If you control an illusion or spellcaster monster, add a White Forest monster from deck to hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a monster effect, set this card. Very nice. Getting a lot of White Forest stuff this time around. Deck build pack I think it's Crossover Breakers. Was able to pull that one out. Very cool. So yeah, definitely excited for the Malice cards from that set. Dolce Mini Meowcaroons, Tritron New 2, Necro Quip Princess, Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers, Aerial Eater, League of Uniform Nomenclature Strikes. Gimmick Puppet Rogue Doll. Bet and Bat. And Fiendsmith in Paradise. Target level 7 or higher light fiend monster you control. Send all cards in the field to the graveyard that are not that monster. If your opponent controls a special summons a monster, while it's in the graveyard, banish this card to add a Fiendsmith monster from deck or extra deck to the graveyard. Or just send it. I don't know why I said add. So a nice little way to just wipe out the field except for a Fiendsmith you have, and then, or just any high-level light fiend. And then immediately being able to just Foolish Burial as well is very nice. Cosmic Tree Irma-Still. Moon of the Closed Heaven. Vesper Girsu. Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers. Golden the Guards, Millennium Treasures. Interdimensional Matter Forwarder. Depressed Pard. Fiendsmith Sanct. Another Mimigul Maker. Very nice. I think that gives us a full playset, which is very good. Definitely needing to max out on that. I think we might be missing just one Mimigul card, like Cerberus, I want to say. Or maybe we're just missing the field spell, actually. That's what I'm thinking of. But we've pretty much pulled at least one from the archetype. So hopefully we'll get the field spell as well so I can get to work on figuring out what I'm going to do with all the Mimiguls. Sylvie of the White Forest. Brome! Mansion of the Dreadful Dolls. Felmonica Creation. Meteor Drytron. Bet and Bet. Fiendsmith Sequence. Fiend Reflection of the Millennium. And spell card Soul Exchange. Immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon a monster. And you can tribute monster your opponent controls even though you do not control them, but it cannot be tributed this turn. If it's sent to the grave, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, your opponent can apply this card's preceding effect. Only activate one spell card Soul Exchange per turn. Very cool. Where are the sleeves? So we were supposed to get them, but TCG players sent me someone else's order. They sent me a Magic the Gathering card, so I sent that back yesterday, and they are supposed to send them back out hopefully soon. So I'm not sure when these sleeves will arrive, but we'll definitely have some in time for the next show. But after this live stream wraps up, we'll definitely get everything sleeved. But unfortunately, these sleeves are... I don't want to dox the other person's location, but they're not here. Is the point I'm trying to make. Dora, Guardian of the Voiceless Voice, Kochibo's Hinamatsuri, Light and Sublimation Dragon, Maiden of the Millennium Moon, Cattle Scream, still unsure if I want to know what that sounds like, Uniform Nomenclature Strikes, Emblem of Salvation, and Mimigul Dragon. Flip, if it's main phase, apply these effects in sequence. Destroy all face-up monsters you control except Mimiguls. Give control of this card to your opponent. During the main phase, special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in face-down defense position. If this card is normally special summoned, add a Mimigul spell or trap from deck to hand. Very nice. So ideally, you'd give them to your opponent, do some sort of negative effect, send it back to your field, and then use it for whatever you need it to. Or bounce it back to the hand so you can just... Again, special summon it back to your opponent's field, flip it, and then repeat the process. How many cubes do you have full of cards? Probably 15 or 16, I'd say. We have around 20 to 25-ish, I think. I'd have to get out and count them all, but we do have a good amount. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10. Sylvia of the White Forest. 3 and 1. Broomy. Mentotlan Sleepy. Woes of the White Forest. Dipsy Fiend. Meteor Drytron, and a Ragnaraka Wicked Butterfly. I think this gets us our third copy. I think we got one from the previous box. This gets us exactly what we need. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Middleche Mini Meowcaroons, Cosmic Tree Irma-Still, Gimmick Puppet Little Soldiers, Knight Armed Dragon, the Armored Knight Dragon, DPH Gendamore, Depressed Pard, Service Puppet Play, Emblem of Salvation, Silhouette Trick. Special summon this card is an effect monster, Illusion Dark, level 4, 1500 attack, 600 defense. With the following effects, it's also treated as a trap. If it's special summoned, target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of illusion monsters you control, negate their effects until the end of the turn. If it battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. So this is meant to be searched by the Silhouette Link monster. which is very cool. Or you can just use other, I think it just searches out continuous traps that special summon themselves. So you're pretty versatile with the Rabbit Link, but for the most part, you'll probably summon out Silhouette Trick, which is pretty cool. What does Broomy do, Jason asks. Can't be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of a level 8 or lower monster. Reveal it and one monster in your hand, special summon one of the two, banish the other, and for the rest of the turn, you get locked into synchros from the extra deck. And you can only declare attack with synchro monsters. So it's just a nice way to banish materials, special summon itself or the other card, but it does lock you into level 8 or lower synchros if you use Broomy as material. But at the very least, you could just banish it to special summon one other monster from hand, so it's not the end of the world there. One, two, three, four. Light and Sublimation Dragon. Zapper Shrimp. That's 10. Dragons, Light and Darkness. Maiden of the Waning Moon. Ragnaraka, Selene Snapper. Paralyzing Mushroom. Cosmo Queen of the Queen of Prayers. And Madolche Queen Tierra Frage. I forgot there was a Madolche Xyz. Requires 3 level 5 Madolches. You can also Xyz summon it by using Madolche Queen Tiramisu you control. Transfer its material to this card. Once per opponent's turn. Quick effect. Attach material to this card to target up to 2 Madolche cards in the graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck. And shuffle up to the same number of cards your opponent controls into the deck. This card in your owner's possession. Destroy your opponent's card and send to the graveyard. Return it to the extra deck. That's really cool. So a nice way to just recover in recursion, while also being able to just shuffle stuff back into the deck. Is it a tuner? It is! It's a level 2. Similar to the Magicaloidal Soul. There we go. 2, 3, 4. Last pack here. Hopefully we get one of the cards I'm looking for. Moon of the Closed Heaven. Drytron New 2. Necroquip Princess. Dark End Evaporation Dragon. Mantotlan Sleepy. Interdimensional Matter Forwarder. Golem the Guard's Millennium Treasures. Uniform Nomenclature Strikes. And Obliterate Blaze with 3 exclamation points too. 1 level 10 or higher monster on the field with Exodia. Its original name gains these effects. Pay half your life points, destroy as many cards in spell and trap zones as possible, then equip 5 Forbidden One monsters from your hand and or deck to this card as equip spells that each give it 2,000 attack. Also can now activate other card effects for the rest of the turn. If it attacks a defense position monster, give it piercing damage. Not that it's going to need it, because whatever's getting hit by it is going to get blown to bits. Good lord. A lot of the new Exodia spells and traps are just fantastic, because it's just wild the amount of cool stuff they do. I think we did pull the new Exodia fusion as well, so definitely could have our sights on a Millennium deck, but definitely need to collect other cards and figure out what I'm going to use as like another external engine for the deck as well. So we'll see what else we can add there. But definitely happy to grab that Mulkarmi and the LZ of the White Forest. But why is it... I just read Zapper Shrimp and now I want it, but why is it not... Why is it light and not water? That's a good point. Not really sure either. Not sure what decks you'd splash it into, but I'm sure I'll read through it and figure something out there. Mulkarmi Perulia. Very nice. Her other secret and first pack of the break, LZ of the White Forest, Obliterate Blaze, Madolche Queen Tirafrige, Silhouette Trick, Ragnaraka Wicked Butterfly, Mimigul Dragon, Spell Card Soul Exchange, Mimigul Maker, Fiendsmith in Paradise, Tales of the White Forest, Beware the White Forest, Heretical Phobos Kovos, Mimigul Room, Magicaloidal Soul, Disablaster, the Negation Fortress, Exod, Fires of Rage, another Mimigul Maker, CXC's Gimmick Puppet Fanatics Machinix, Fiendsmith's Desiree, Mentotlin Tekulika, Creation King, Silvera, Wolf Tamer of the White Forest, Centurion Atri, and Ragnaraka, Wicked Butterfly. Very nice. Definitely will organize through this bulk, might grab bunch of those light and dark cards just to get some more cores and engines going, along with some of the Ragnaraka stuff. But I think this is a pretty successful break. This was definitely a nice gift that was sent in, especially considering we pulled Mulkarmi out of this, along with LZ. So getting a little bit closer to the White Forest stuff, along with all the Ragnaraka cards. We will have another live stream sometime next weekend. I'll keep it a surprise that there'll be another deck announcement stream, just kind of showcasing the last of the mail before a new deck is ready to profile. So stay tuned for that as we make that announcement once we get closer. But in the meantime, there is still the Ice Barrier deck profile from last Sunday, if you haven't seen that yet. Definitely a lot of fun there, especially utilizing a lot of the stuff from Terminal Revenge. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Jason was a huge fan as well. So it already has the Jason seal of approval. Nice. Hey, shout out to Caleb for joining in. Much appreciated, buddy. But in any case, that'll do it for today's live stream. Thank you all for joining in, and we'll see you next weekend